Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Blackfoot Book Club and another edition of my essential film reviews collection. And so I bring you from last year, See How They Run. I was midway through this cinematic debut from director Tom George when, unravelling myself from a duvet to ward off the first real signs of a coming English winter, I did what all right-minded thinking English gentlemen should do in these circumstances. I made myself a fresh and piping hot cup of tea and marvelled on my highly popular Twitter channel how promising See How They Run was at the halfway point and how wonderful Sam Rockwell's central performance was. I opined that I missed Philip Seymour Hoffman and how his friend Sam had filled the character actor par excellence chasm left by Hoffman's early departure from our earthly plane, and how he would have had a ball acting in this film. Thinking of the great man led me back to Sam Rockwell, but the chaos surrounding him at every turn wasn't just reminiscent of the Coen Brothers at their epic Fargo best. No, it was to Adrien Brody that I turned, and then to the captivating presence of the otherworldly beauty that is Saoirse Ronan, and with the sweeping camera shots capturing the film industry of early 1950s London amid an Agatha Christie inspired murder whodunit, a play within a play if you will. It was to the slapstick and awkward comedy of Wes Anderson that I finally turned, and his film of 2014, The Grand Budapest Hotel. Where Anderson's inspired hotel was picture book in its feel and twisted through the dirty and dank Coen Brothers lens of their particular hotel in 1991's Barton Fink, Tom George, aided and abetted by the music of Daniel Pemberton, the production design of Amanda McArthur, and the beautiful period costume designs of Odile Dicks-Mireaux, has created a cliched love letter to the bustling film and theatre industry of 1950s London. Whilst I had the constant feeling of another possible inspiration and a genre crossover from the gaming platform of Sony's PlayStation and their fantastically atmospheric and intriguing game LA Noire, rather than the usual peek beneath the dubious veneer of American Hollywood, here we have the opulence, class and the spectacle of opportunity that is a thriving London and theatre district celebrating the 100th showing of Agatha Christie's Mousetrap, and of course an in-house on-set murder whilst a serial killer is on the loose at the infamous Rillington Place in nearby Notting Hill. All you really need to know is there's been a murder, a serial killer is on the loose, and with all available police officers chasing the ghost of Notting Hill, an inspector and a constable are on the case, everyone is a suspect and, perhaps, everyone is also a possible victim. Investigating the murder is Sam Rockwell, forever sneezing or coughing and aping a kind of foppish English gentleman post-World War II, and an English Inspector Clouseau from Pink Panther fame. Alongside and quickly eclipsing even Rockwell's brilliant performance is a magnificent turn and true headline star performance from Saoirse Ronan as a beautifully innocent police constable, a blabbermouth, an innocently over-eager, a meticulous note-taker, problem solver, and with seemingly no filter whatsoever, always talking, taking notes, linking clues, making accusations, jumping to conclusions, and always talking. Saoirse Ronan is fantastic and your star of the show. Adrien Brody is magnificent as a drunken film director living high on life. Reece Shearsmith was almost unrecognisable as a wealthy film producer, and David Oyelowo is magnificent as a verbose storytelling film screenwriter. Added to the theatrical mix are further real-life character roles including Agatha Christie and Richard Attenborough, and as is always the most unlikable character that gets bumped off, the obvious question is who done it? Perhaps the beauty is that all of our main characters, except the one inhabited by Saoirse Ronan, are all mildly detestable, equal parts amusing and occasionally very funny, and each could lay claim to be the most unlikable character of them all. I just saw a lot of the films of Wes Anderson here, and that's a mighty high compliment in my little black film book. There wasn't the consistent comedy of Anderson's 1998 epic Rushmore, and there wasn't the loving charm of Moonrise Kingdom 14 years later, but there's the absurdist and awkward comedy twisted through the prism of constant narrative overhead shots, on-screen titles and sharp turning cuts between scenes at off-kilter angles. There's a distinct dialogue all of its own, and the screenplay written by Mark Chappell has a lilt and a pace and a rhythm that once you settle into it, you wait expectantly for the next laugh, gaffe or absurd narrative juxtaposition. I haven't read any reviews since watching this morning, and nor will I do so. I may well be off beam, but I saw a lot of influence, the charm of Kenneth Branagh's recent Death on the Nile and Murder on the Orient Express, or the Rian Johnson directed Knives Out in 2019 for example, as well as the numerous nods to the magnificent films of Wes Anderson, and even for a miserable misanthrope such as me, I bloomin' loved it. And I highly recommend it to you. And I leave you in peace, and in solidarity, and thank you so much for watching. Peace everyone.